Welcome to our video tutorial on what is a database. In this tutorial, we will explain what a database is and how its information is arranged. If you look up what a database is, this is the visual you'll most likely see. Databases are silos of information. Information goes in and out of the silo. Seems simple enough, but in order to truly understand what a database is, we need to describe the bits of information. Let's use a phone book as an example. If we look at the phone book, we can begin to break it down into its components. The most basic components of a phone book are names, numbers, and addresses. Let's look up the information for Peter Pan in our phone book. When we look up Peter's information, we see the components of the phone book are separated. We have Peter's first and last name, phone number, and address. If we were to box each component, we would call these fields. By themselves, these fields aren't particularly useful. It's when we combine the fields that the big picture starts to form. When we put these fields together, they create a record, which is a complete set of fields. In this case, we've taken the components of Peter's contact information and placed them together in a single record. Eventually, we can create multiple records and stack them together. In addition to Peter Pan's record, we now have Peter Cans, Peter Tans, and records for other names listed in the phone book. By doing so, we've combined the records into a file or a collection of records. Files are useful because they allow us to sort through the records automatically. Let's recap. Databases can be thought of as silos of information. The information can be broken down into three components of information: field, record, and file. Fields are the building blocks of records, and a file is a collection of records. A database can be made up of many files, and as more fields, records, and files go into the database, they create a silo of information. We can use the information for a variety of things. Let's return to our not-so-yellow book. If we open up our phone book again, we can see how fields can fill up an entire database. We can sort this entire database in a number of ways. One of the most useful ways to manage a database is by its sorting power. We can display the fields without duplicating any of the information. In this case, we're taking the fields from name A and matching it to the fields in address 3. Once we're done, we can stack our information up and we can later sort it, rearrange it, add to it, or delete from it. It all depends on how the authors want to use their silo of information. This concludes our video tutorial for what is a database. We hope you've enjoyed the lesson and that it helps as you learn about single sourcing.